Hello and welcome to another look at the community map project. Now before I get into the map project too much, I'm going to have to explain why there's been no videos recently. That's because I'm not very well. I've had a bunch of tests, haven't got the result back yet, but essentially I've spent the last 10 days to a week just either in bed or on the sofa watching TV box sets. Hopefully when the test results come back in a few days it will just be a matter of here, take these pills, you'll be fine. But until I get it all sorted, videos are going to be a bit slow. So I will cover the major topics on the CTE. There's some new netcode changes that I'm going to be covering in a video. But at the moment I can barely spend an hour at my PC before I have to go lay down again. So it's hopefully going to be sorted soon, but you'll just have to bear with me because there's nothing I can do about it. You might get some videos on Wolfenstein The Old Blood because I've been playing that in bed on my laptop. My laptop really won't handle Battlefield 4 through the Wi-Fi, but because Wolfenstein's single player, it does that fine. So I might do some videos on that. Right, so let's have a look at the map. The actual layout of the objectives hasn't changed. So here you can see the palm oil plantation, I think it's called. They've put a few palm trees in there. It's still not really fleshed out. I think this one's going to be getting some more work, as will be the lumber camp. This is still pretty much the same as it was in the last version. The plantation and the lumber camp are probably going to be worked on next time. If you look at the changes they've made to A and B in a moment, then you can see that they're lagging behind a bit. The abandoned village has had some more foliage and bushes and trees brought more into the village. The road down the middle is still clear, but pretty much everything else up to the buildings is now covered in bushes and trees. This is a very good place to get into firefights. It would be nice if there was something a bit more solid that couldn't be levelled by tanks quite so easily, so that infantry do have some cover in here. Now we move on to the big change, which is B, and this is the water temple. So the waterfall now falls onto a temple. It's a flat top layer with a wall around it, then there's a walkway around that, and then there's like a moat which you can't actually get out of. Once you're in the moat you can't jump up over the walls. So that funnels you around back to the start and those two bridges to get up onto the higher level. You can access the top level from underneath by going through these flooded tunnels, and then that pops you out into this centre flooded courtyard which has ladders on either side. And there's also entrances on either side into that flooded courtyard. So you can go through tunnels, get underneath, and you can actually capture from underneath in those tunnels. So the defenders have to clear out the top and the bottom to keep that flag safe. So it's a very nicely designed fighting area. It is just a bit basic at the moment, and this area here is causing problems. If somebody can parachute onto that from a helicopter, it's a bit of a glitch spot and you don't seem to be able to kill them very easily. So that needs looking at as well. But other than that, this is a really nice combat area. As we're moving over towards A, you can see that the roads have had some work done to them, and they actually have road textures on, so the vehicles don't fly down the roads quite as smoothly as they did, although they do on where the grass is, because at the moment that's still plain. So A is the medical centre. This was apparently a monkey research area where they were giving them diseases and they broke out. It's not really changed very much inside the buildings. Outside the buildings there's a bit more scenery and setting to it. They've also started updating the trees and bushes into more jungle look. So you'll see that, if I can find it, there's a rubber tree in here somewhere. There it is with vines going off it. So that's the start of the junglifying of the actual area. And you got the palm trees as well. It's starting to look really nice. The map does suffer a couple of imbalances at the moment. A and B on the US side of the map, they're both structures, buildings, concrete walls, the temple, quite robust. But on the Russian side of the map, E and D are both very open flags with just a few flimsy structures or trees around them. They don't need a lot doing to them, to be honest. A few walls, a few fences, maybe some roadblocks, something like that. It wouldn't stop a tank getting into the capture point, but it would stop the motorbikes and jeeps just flying straight to the flags. So that's it. That's Theme Blockout version 1. And it's looking really good. This map gets better every time they do something to it. And just before I go, the waterfall. It's no longer sticking out from a promontory, it's actually a proper waterfall that's kind of cutting its way back into the cliff. So there's my big moan gone. Can't moan about the waterfall anymore. In fact, you can't really moan about anything on this map at the moment. It's coming along really nicely. So that's it. I will do a video at some point this week on the CT netcode changes. 60Hz and 120Hz netcode is being tested out. But for now, thanks for watching.